Check, check. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Oh, there we go.
What's up, people? It's your boy Levelhead back with another Live and Level Gamers podcast every Thursday at 8:30 on the PM. I have my boy Mr. Norris in these video game streets. What's up, bro?
What's good? What's going on with you, man?
Nothing much. And we got a public announcement to make. Our brother in video gaming is not here. Mr. K-Bum20 is out. He's not here. So you know what tonight is? Nintendo! So K-Bum is not here, so we got the Liberty. What's up, Nia?
I know she didn't say y'all one time.
We have the liberty to talk Nintendo for an hour and a half. K-Bum is out of the building. His ears are out of the proximity of our voice. That's one of them B2K words, proximity. Anyway, so he will not hear our frequency. Nintendo night. That's right, it's Nintendo night. So we got a lot to talk about. What's next for Nintendo in 2024? We're going to give our speculations and prediction on what we think is going to take place next year, how it's going to roll out. What's up, D2K? Welcome to these video game streets. So we're going to be talking about what we believe is going to take place next year with Nintendo. We also going to talk about the fact that Naughty Dog has canceled their online game. What was that? Fractions.
Factions. I'm sorry, Factions. I said Fractions. I don't took y'all to math class. Hey, let's get in here to do our times tables, guys. Get in here to do our times tables.
Factions was canceled, so we got to talk about that. What else happened? There was something else that happened as well.
Microsoft giving away Xboxes, but don't nobody want them.
Microsoft's got some crazy bundles out here. We may share those tonight. Nobody wants to buy Microsoft. They just giving the Xbox Series S away for $149. That's crazy. So anyway, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. Oh, that's right. The end of E3 is not coming back. We will never see E3 again, which we pretty much knew that was going to be the case at the last year. There was no reason for them to come back. But, yeah, man, no K-Bum. So just in case y'all missed K-Bum voice.
But we got Smash Bros, though.
So, but yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about. What's up, Mr. Norris?
Man, I was telling you earlier, man. I'm getting old. At least I feel like I'm getting old.
Yeah, you was telling me that, making me feel old.
Look, my throat was hurting last Thursday when we was watching the Game Awards, and I took some over-the-counter medicine, some NyQuil, some Theraflu. There we go. Alka-Seltzer, Tylenol, PM, sinus, cold plus, all that, and it wouldn't work. Went to the doctor because I was like, I can't do this because it was really, really hurting. And the lady prescribed me some steroids. She said, you can get the shot or you get the pills. I was a little wimp. I was like, let me get the pills. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I need steroids to get over a sore throat. Oh man.
Yeah,
I'm getting man.
Yeah, don't please stop saying that because you're making me feel ancient. Because I got you by like 7 years and you said I'm talking about you. Bro, I wish I was back in your days, man. I wish I was a young whippersnapper.
Bruh, like the snapback is going away. The snapback is leaving me.
You and Kellen, my bad, K-Bum. You and K-Bum, man. You're a little bit younger than me. So, but anyway, now that Mr. Norris has gotten over his What was it? Throat issue? Sore throat?
She said it was just a virus or something, but it wasn't strep. I went in to get
Okay.
tested for strep. So
Okay. Well, at least you feeling better, man. And
yeah.
when you get to my age, you know, so hopefully, man, you made me feel old with that. Anyway, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Shizzo. Oh, we got Raging Banana.
I heard that name in a minute.
Raging Banana, DK up in here. What's up? What's up? Welcome to the show. I haven't seen your name in a while. But yes, this is a Nintendo night. We will talk about what we believe. And you know what? One thing I hate about talking about Nintendo is we can never really show anything. Because the ninjas don't play kind with us. We be getting hit with all type of ninja stars and katanas and bows and nunchucks. So we won't be showing anything that we think is going to happen. Yeah, it's been a minute. But anyway, we got to get into what you've been gaming on. We're going to jump. Do you want to jump straight into what we think is next for Nintendo and then hit the other topics a little later, or do we want to hit them first? Now, let's just jump right into.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's just jump into it because I feel like you got something you want to say to the people. So I'm curious.
I got some interesting thoughts about it. But anyway, also I want to thank everybody that rocked with us last week during the Video Game Awards. Yes, we went live, so go back and we were showing our face, and that's gonna be something we do every special event like the Game Awards or our Game Fest in the summer Games Fest and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe even a State of Play or Nintendo Direct. We may go live and show our face, but most of the time it's gonna be like this. We're not trying to let y'all see our handsome anyway. So anyway, y'all know, y'all get the drill. But anyway, anything else before we get into what you've been gaming on?
Now I think we can get started.
All right, let's go. You know what time it is. It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. Took y'all to church for a second. Some of y'all ain't been to church. Y'all go to church Sunday. Hear me? Go to church. Anyway, Mr. Norris, what have you been gaming on this week?
That is an excellent question, sir. That is an excellent. That's an excellent. What have I been gaming on? I have no idea. No, I played the finals. Have you heard of it?
The what?
The finals.
The finals. No, I have not heard of this.
All right. The finals is an online multiplayer. I guess you could say it's a looter shooter game. It's actually pretty interesting. So you team up with two other people. It's a 3-on-3 contest. And you're in this environment, first person shooter. You're in this environment where the objective is to get the most money. So they have these stations where you go around and you collect the most money, but you're also shooting and killing each other, and the environments are like completely destructible. And while you're playing the game, there's an announcer overhead commentating over the whole entire match. I played a few matches a few days ago. It was actually very different. I would love to say I'm going to keep playing it. I'm not sure. I'm just not really a big online competitor gamer. But yeah, you can download it right now on Steam. Nia, it's out. You can download it on Steam. I believe it's free to play. I didn't pay for anything, but I don't know what they're going to do moving forward. But it's actually pretty good. The game looks good. It runs well. The shooting mechanics feel great and tight. They have all different types of different little things you like jump pads that you can jump. You're zip lining all over the place. Like I said, you're destroying the environment to like you can blow up a roof, go down, blow up the floor, go down, and it's pretty dope, man. And like I said, you're working with your teammates, And I think I'm sorry, I said 3-on-3. It's 3-on-3, 3 versus 3 versus 3. I think that's what it is. So it's 9 players on the field. So it's 3 versus 3 versus 3. So it's a very interesting, and I think this game actually gives and breathes some life into, like, if you've been playing Call of Duty your whole life, I think you would probably get a kick out of this. It's different. Like I said, the commentating I think is off the chain. I really like that. They're telling you, oh, they got one player down, and oh, he's the last man standing, and then like, oh, he's almost out of there. Oh, he was revived, stuff like that, and it's actually pretty cool. You should check it out. I'm gonna look for a video. See if I can
send
find
me a
it for
video.
you. But
and it's on the PlayStation 5, I take.
No, I downloaded it on Steam. I don't know if it's on the consoles or not.
Then I won't be able to play it either.
It might be. I had to look it up though.
Yeah,
but
check it out.
It's pretty cool. And I think I want to say that. No, I played a little bit of Mario. I got one more of those piranha plants knocked off.
Okay. So you got one of the lights, another, what they call them things. The little light, but the orbs that shine, and yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, and I finally got to the drill. I hadn't played with the drill yet, so I finally played the drill. It's interesting. It's kind of different. I thought, I'm thinking like, okay, press a button to make it work, but no, you just press up and down, and I had to get used to that, based on how I actually play Mario naturally. So I had to get used to that change of pace. But I think that's all I played. I don't think I played on anything on what's the thing called, Game Pass. I think no, that wasn't a shot. I think I downloaded Cocoon, but I hadn't played it. I downloaded Cocoon because it had won some awards and I wanted to check it out. That's what it was, but I haven't actually booted it up yet.
Okay. Is that all? Is that all for you?
That's it.
All right. First of all, Nia, what are you talking about? My old lady hands can't. What you and Keith with this I'm old stuff. Y'all are not old. Nia, you probably not even 32, 33. Well, how old are you, Nia? I know you're not supposed to ask a lady how old she is. So
Nia born the same month.
Yeah, y'all about the same age. I don't know what old is. I'm not old, and I'm older than y'all. So anyway, real quick. So for me, I've been playing on pretty much one thing. And that has been Mario Wonder. Pretty much like you, Keith. I think I've cleared about 4 of the piranha plant arms. So I think I have 2 more to go. And I'm progressing pretty good. But I did know that it's at least 6 to 7 more of those orbs that I got to get. So even though I'm down to at least 2 piranhas left, there's still more beyond whatever that is. It's still more. So I'm trying to finish it. She said 36. Oh, okay. Yeah. I ain't been 36 in 8 years, man. Anyway.
You the one saying all that.
Yeah. So, wait till y'all get over here where I'm at. Then tell me how you. Well, I feel good for 44. So anyway, I feel real good. But what was I saying? Yeah. So I've cleared out about 4 arms of the piranha. Or the barrier piranhas off of the planet Bowser. So I'm trying to get through. It's a lot of stages, man. It's a lot of stages in this game. And I've been kind of trying to clear all of them. So I haven't been leaving the area until I've basically got all the, what they call wonder flowers. Or the, not the wonder flower, but, whatever the flower that you get, I'm trying to get everyone in each stage. So that's why I could be farther if I wanted to. But anyway, it's still good. It's not boring. I don't feel like that it's growing old on me or getting stale or anything like that. I have played with all the power-ups, and I still believe the drill is the better of the power-ups. I think the elephant in 1 or 2 stages proved to be pretty cool. The wonder flowers are still proven to be unique and interesting. The stages are getting better and better and better, more difficult.
Man.
And some of them getting difficult. Some of them are pretty easy. I'm not going to front. It's not a hard game. But some stages require you to do things that you typically don't do in Mario. They kind of make you rethink how you're going to approach the game, like with some of the doors and some of the Wonder Flowers, how to get it, how to navigate through the different. Like one stage I went to, you have to find. It's things you have to basically find in each stage, and it's like a treasure hunt in the stage. It's really it's platforming, but you're not really going anywhere. You're going around the stage looking for these pieces to put together to get the flower. And that was interesting. Some stages have different paths, and if you go the wrong way, you don't get to the proper end. You got to go the right way. And so it's some unique stuff in the game. So I'm still enjoying it. I plan to play a lot of Spider-Man next week, and I do also plan to download that God of War DLC, the free DLC, because I'll pretty much be off next week. So I'm going to try to catch up before I head up north to K-Bomb land with my wife and the in-laws for Christmas. So I'm going to try to get a lot of Spider-Man playing in next week and catch up. My son should be close to being fully healed or healed enough to get out my man cave. so once that happens, I'm going to be on Spider-Man real hard. So next week, if we hear next week, I don't know if I'll be gone on Thursday or not. I should still be here. I'm not sure. My wife ain't really told me what the plans are because you know how it is, Keith. They make the plans. So anyway.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So when she tell me what I can or can't do, I will let y'all know. Anyway, so Miss Level will let me know. So anyway, that's all I've gamed on this week. And that's my plan for next week. And hopefully I can make that come to fruition. So anyway, look at me using them church words, fruition. Anyway, this is the cast for tonight. We want to talk about what's next for Nintendo. We know that we are coming on the ends of 2023. This year is about to wrap up. And I don't know about you, Keith, but I have high expectations for next year for Nintendo. When it comes to Nintendo. And now that K-Bomb is not here, we have the liberty and freedom to go as far and as hard and as giddy as we can geek out, we can Nintendo nerd out without all the schism and the judgment and the eye rolling and the snores from our Sony loving friend. Anyway, enjoy yourself out there in Chicago, Mr. K-Bomb. But yeah, so I got high hopes for next year. So we could tackle this in a plethora of ways. Do we want to talk about what we think as far as the new system? Because we believe that's coming next year. How that's going to be rolled out, when we're going to see the first trailer. Do we want to talk about different games that we think we're going to see? Where do you want to go first?
Man, I think I hate talking about a new Nintendo system because we don't know nothing until we know something.
Specs. Now, I'm not talking about the specs. I just want to.
No, I'm just saying it in general because we don't know nothing.
No, we don't.
Then we get ourselves hyped up and get going down this path of enjoyment, and then Nintendo says, "But this is what I'm actually going to give you." Throw all that away. But no, we can talk about the system.
There goes D2K favorite statement. When it comes to Nintendo, the only thing for sure is that nothing is for
sure.
For sure. Anyway, but no, go ahead. You were saying something. My bad.
No, I said we could talk about the system or at least the trailer or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought we would have got it a long time ago, honestly.
Yeah.
But
I just want to talk about how I think things is going to fall into place as far as the rollout when we first going to see it. Now, the specs and all that stuff, no, we're not talking about that. Just the rollout. Now, I wish this what makes me get frustrated with Nintendo. Because if it was Sony or Microsoft, I could show old trailers, I could show everything. But with old stingy Nintendo, you can't do none of that. They want to shut you down, trying to get every gold coin they can get out your pockets. But anyway, they're going to get their money, even though they got enough. They're going to raid our pockets. What, you played our video? Now we upside down. They shaking us for our little change that we got. We don't even monetize this stuff, but still can't play it. But anyway, so what's my thinking? So back in 2016 when they first showed?
No.
Yeah, it was.
Was it 2016? Yeah, it was 2016.
It was 2016
because it came out 2017, right?
Right. So 2016, we got that original trailer in I want to say October. either October or November, somewhere around there. A little bit before the holidays really got into full swing, we got that trailer where they playing and they in the van and doing all kind of stuff that nobody would ever do. But anyway, they playing in the van. They playing on top of at the top of I guess a apartment complex with friends, and she was playing inside, and she brought it out and set it up, and they played Mario over there. She was watching them, so they gave us a whole trailer, and we saw the Switch. We saw what it was going to be, this hybrid system that everybody had speculated it was true. Well, we thought, and it still could happen because we got enough time in December that this stuff still could happen. We thought we would have saw at least the trailer for whatever is coming. I thought we may see it this year. And like I said, there's still hope. There's still time for them to do that. Keith, do you want to tell your prediction on what day you think they should do it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Man, here's what I was thinking, because I was really trying to be funny, but then I thought about it. What day coming up soon, coming quickly, very, it's coming quickly, right? Mm-hmm. It's coming soon. What day is it that everybody's going to be home? What they going to do? They be on their phones, being with their family. If I was Nintendo, I would drop it on Christmas, December 25th. Boom! Here's a new trailer. Everybody's gonna be watching it. You ain't got nothing else to do. They don't shut the whole world down. You might as well. Here's a new trailer. You know what I'm saying? You can't buy it today, but you already in that spirit. You might as well look at this and be like, "Ooh, I gotta get that." But yeah, so I think they should drop it on the 25th.
When Keith shared that with me earlier today, I was like, Keith, I don't know. I don't know about that. Now it would be dope though. I'll give you that. It would be dope. It would be outside of the norm. It would be surprising. I personally don't see that happening. The reason I don't see it happening is because even though people are at home, you're not at work, family and everybody, you still distracted in a sense because you playing the gift that you got. Some people going to be actually playing. They new PlayStation. They new Switch because nobody's buying the Xbox. They won't even steal the Xbox. Do I need to show them the video of all them PlayStation getting stolen? Nobody's stealing the Xbox. But anyway, if y'all get a chance, go look at that video where they just raid a Best Buy and a whole stack of PlayStation 5s they run out the store. They don't even touch. Matter of fact, they set the Xbox back up and said, we sorry for knocking you over as we try to get. Anyway, so my prediction is we most likely is not going to see it this year. Nintendo's going to play this year out. But I do believe in 2024, January, we're going to get our first trailer and introduction to the next system. That's what I believe. Whether it's going to be I believe it's going to be a hybrid system. If it's going to be called Switch 2, which makes the most sense, and I hope that they do that. But, Nintendo, nothing is what you say, Duke Kane? For one thing is for sure, nothing is for sure with Nintendo. The smart thing would be to call it the Switch 2. That would be the smart thing to do. You got all this momentum. You sold more than you ever sold. Everybody is familiar with it. Everybody accepted it. Everybody loved it. It literally knocked Microsoft out of orbit. They haven't found themselves. They're drifting off into outer space right now. And you took that orbit space, and matter of fact, you rivaling Sony. To me, stick with Switch 2, but I believe we're going to see it in January for the first time. What's your thoughts? No later than January. That's what I'm saying. We're going to see whatever they're coming with no later than January.
I'll say this. Let me give a fact, and I don't know if you remember this, but they removed the original reveal from the Nintendo YouTube channel. So
they did? Oh,
they completely removed the original video, which I find odd, and I'm wondering why they would do it. Is it because it closely resembles? Is there going to be some misinformation if they keep that up and they're like, is this the same thing? So But your question was, do you think we're gonna see it this year? No, I agree with you that they're gonna ride this year out. They got a lot of titles that's come out. The last one I think was not Paper Mario, excuse me, Mario RPG. I think that was the last title to come out this year. So they're gonna try to get their money. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna roll into the U.S. holiday season, get their money, and then we still got games coming out next year. The Princess Peach game. You got the Luigi's Mansion game coming out. Mario versus Donkey Kong for those who care about that. Paper Mario, I think I talked about that coming out next year. So they still have games coming out on the Switch, but I do think that they are going to have to say something here soon, because they got to say something soon and go ahead and because if they want to hit that March, if they want to try to hit March like they normally do, I think that's their fiscal year. If they want to try to hit March, they got to say something soon, and January is probably the earliest they can say something. I mean, they still have time this month, but I agree with you. They're not going to say nothing this year. I think they're going to try to just collect their money. So they got to say something soon. And what would be dope if they said something soon and then they rolled it out and said, here, now it's available. All your games are backwards compatible. All these new games that you were going to play, Luigi's Mansion. I'm not reading Nia's comments. I see she said something about ain't nobody worried about them games.
Right.
But all your games is be backwards compatible. But at the same time, I don't know. I think they do have to say something in January. I don't think they can make that. I don't think they can make that March fiscal year timeline. I think that's too soon. I think Sega tried to do that back in the day and it didn't work. I think you got to give people time, and they have to give themselves time, unless they can come out with a product that's fully ready to go, Bluetooth and everything is ready to go. So,
they to me they got to show something. I mean, they don't have to, but it would to me it would prove to be wise to show something top of the year. Don't even wait. Like start 2024 off. Take the oxygen out of the room. Knock everybody around you out. That announcement would literally put all the focus on Nintendo at the top of the year. They will be the talk, right? Because even though Sony and to a lesser sense Microsoft,
man, Sony that's the third or fourth jab.
It's just a sad situation with Microsoft right now. So Microsoft probably doesn't want to make anything new right now. They got to figure out what they gonna do with what they got, let alone try to put some new device out. But Sony does have, and they cut the PlayStation 5 Pro. That's clearly gonna come because we know Sony. They coming with it. Now, are they gonna announce it top of the year? Most likely not. That'll probably be more closer to the mid of 2024, somewhere in there, in the summer of 2024, and late, probably the second half of the summer, going into fall. Sony normally announces whatever they got. They did that with the Pro. They did that with the VR. They always announces around that time. So to me, it behooves Nintendo to act early in 2024 with whatever they're coming with. And I don't think it'll be wise to wait till the holiday season to sell it. I think they need to follow some of the strategy they did with the original Switch. Put it out there, let people see it, get the hype, and move quick with the hype. Like when the Switch was first, they showed the video. They had to because of the Wii U situation. They showed it in 2016, but then they had that big blowout in January or top of the year. And then the Switch came out literally 2 months later.
But I think it was first revealed that October of 2016, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's October all the way out to December. Then the big reveal January, and then it was out. So they gave you time.
They gave you they let you know it's coming, which they had to because they was drowning with the Wii U. So they had to put it out there. But from the time you first actually seen them really come out and talk about it to the time you got it in your hand, it was about a 2.5 month separation. We saw the video with Mario. We didn't know what it was going to be. So they teased us, but then once they actually did their full presentation, well, we got to see what it was going to do, what it can do, the Joy-Cons, of the price point, pre-order it now. From that time to it came out, it was only like 2-3 months. And I think they need to follow that same trend. You don't need to let a lot of time collapse between when you give everybody the breakdown, whatever you got, to when it's coming out. I think they need to act fast, and I think they need to follow that same model. That's me, personally. But I'll let you jump in here, Keith. What's your thoughts? Do you think they should wait till the holiday season, or do you think they should come out early or close to mid-2024, early to mid-2024 with whatever they got coming?
Well, you sparked the thought. I didn't really put this 2 and 2 together when you said they were drowning with the Wii U. They're not drowning with the Switch. So as a fan, you're ready for them to show you the new stuff, the new power, the new graphics, and new games. But fiscally, they're probably looking at it like it doesn't make sense to move that fast. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they have to be as quick. Just a small tangent, small little side note. We actually don't really know what PlayStation got coming up in the next year. They haven't really. Sony has not really given us a timeline. You know what I mean? Microsoft has given us more of a timeline of what they're going to do, but Sony hasn't really said anything that they're going to do. So for Nintendo to move, it'll be like, yeah, they march to their own beat of their drum, but they'll just be moving without cause because their Switch is still selling like hotcakes. Believe it or not, it ain't moving like it was, but they're still selling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And that's the only thing that gives me, and it gives me. It is a good. Well, I don't know if it's a good thing or not. It's good that they still selling pretty decent, but it causes me to. Some of my concerns is stoked a little bit. Because it's Nintendo, and I don't want them to do like times before. They did so good with the Switch. They like Raging Banana said, and you articulated it already. The Wii U put a lot of pressure on them to have to move like they did. Just like she said, the Switch was coming off the Wii U, and nobody wanted that, right? So. And you articulated that already, and so that situation caused them to do what Nia just said, that quick turnaround. What I was talking about, they didn't waste time getting that new system in our hands. They released it with Breath of the Wild, and they went forth and they struck oil. Before, like you said, Keith, with the Wii, they was able to drag their feet. Because the Wii was doing decent until it wasn't. Now the Wii stopped being a hot commodity a good minute before they actually released the Wii U. But
that was midway was stop being a hot commodity.
Yeah, it was clearly not hot no more. What was that? Zelda Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword.
Show, yeah, that was. So the Switch is not even like the Wii. The Switch is still doing well, but we see, just like the Wii, the Switch has overstayed far as power and ability and capability of what it can push out. The Switch is clearly on life support. It's like, look, bruh, we ran a marathon for you that we shouldn't have been able to run, but we did it. And y'all still want us to run another few miles? Like no, they need to go ahead and move. To me, they need to move. I'm not saying they need to be hasty, but they need to move. To me, kind of similar to how they did with the Switch, because it worked. And while I do personally, I'm ready to move on. I believe a lot of people have bought the Switch. There's a lot of people jumping on now, but that was about 110 in. That's 110 million Switches in now. You know, you got, so that last portion probably they Switch broke, or they bought the OLED and had their other Switch to maybe one of their kids. That's what you're seeing a lot of that latest 20 to 30 million is people who may have had the original Switch, want something new, bought the OLED, or those that was, PlayStation, Xbox, that, then wasn't for sure they ever want the Switch, and I'll give it a try now. I ain't got my feel on these two systems. So I wouldn't bank on, to me, I'm pretty sure some of these people got 3 Switches. Got 2 Switches and a Switch Lite, or the original Switch, the Switch Lite, and the OLED Switch in one house. So I wouldn't bank on the sales continuing. To me, Nintendo, need to move, not haste, but be strategic and smart, and not wait to the end of next year. I just feel like 2024, Sony can easily come in and snatch some momentum. Sony can easily come in with some killer apps. Shoot, Microsoft may even be able to slip back in there. So I'm thinking while they have the momentum, and like Nia said, a lot of these games we don't care about. Not enough to be. So they need to show the game, which we're about to talk about here next. But I think they need to move. Let me read what D2K said. I think the fact that they took the original Switch trailer down tells me that it's going to be another Switch. I agree with that. I was going to make that point. Something extra, and the Switch was something extra, and they don't want a repeat of the Wii U reveal. I agree with that. And like you said, Keith, and I did know about that. They took all the Switch launch trailers down, which signals to me that they are preparing to show something. And they don't want any confusion, which I believe Switch 2 is clear. Wii U is not. Switch 2 is clear. This is the Switch 2. So it's not the original Switch, it's the Switch 2. Just like the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, if it's working for them, I believe it would work for Nintendo. But the Wii U was confusing. I remember telling a woman she was buying, she was trying to buy Mario, is it 8? Was that the
Mario Kart?
Mario Kart 8? Mm-hmm. She was trying to buy that for the Wii. And I was like, no, that's for the Wii U. No, the Wii U is just a controller. I'm going to get the controller, and I'm going to get this game for my... I said, no, that's a new system. And she was mortified. She was like, oh. So I said, this is the Mario Kart for the Wii. And she said, no, this is not the one he wants. I was like, no, that's... So I was in Best Buy trying to explain to her. So, yeah, that was confusing.
You could have went viral.
Yeah,
go ahead and get it. Matter of fact, get these games too. And go home. That boy be mad.
Right. That was going to be a disappointing Christmas. I saved that brother's Christmas. Anyway, so that's what I believe, man. I believe Nintendo should move earlier in the year and let Sony and Xbox fight for Christmas, because they already be past the launch, and then they could just put out that killer app, whether that's a new Mario or what we about to talk about. Is a remake of Ocarina of Time coming? What about Metroid Prime 4? So to me, getting the system out the way would be smarter earlier. Getting it out the way, having that cushion, no one else is about to launch in this period. You have it all to yourself. Launch it in that window where it's just you, and you may pick up some of those people who was going to buy the Switch that waited. Because a lot of people holding out because they know something coming. So I would release early and let the holiday season be to either a killer IP or whatever. I wouldn't try to launch in November. I wouldn't go back to that model. I would stick to early, get the system out. People coming off with their taxes, they got money, they want to spend it. You getting that? It's like so you gonna get sales that way, and then you gonna get more sales even in the holiday. And you pass all the lunch. You may have enough stored up for the holiday rather than trying to launch in the holiday. You got a whole bunch of systems prepared for the holiday, but you can get these early sales in March or April. That's what I would do. But anyway, go ahead.
I'm gonna taint your mind. What if 2024 we just get a trailer and we don't get anything?
Oh, I'm beat. I'll be hot. Nintendo best not. Let me hear this.
Slap yourself!
I hit him with the slap yourself. they better not show me a trailer and make us wait to 2025. I'll be done. I go buy that. What's that? That other one, Steam Deck and the little
ROG Ally.
The one that looks like the Switch. The I
thought it
can't
was The
think of.
Rock.
No.
Oh, you talking about the one with the detachable
Yeah,
controllers?
I think I had it up here. But yeah, boy, they better not do that. They
'Cause, you know,
best not do that.
Microsoft potentially coming out with their mid-gen refresh, and then
Right.
they also coming out with a new controller, so they're gonna have a little bit of mind share. And then if they were to wait to 2025, that monster coming out,
Yeah,
and
there you go,
if
teacher
that
guy.
monster ain't on the Switch too, don't come out to 2025. You gotta come out 2024. And y'all know what that monster is, GTA 6.
Yeah,
So
no, they better not do that, man. This right here, that's what you talking about, Key. Let me see if it pulls up real quick. Yeah.
hey, you should watch that movie, Leave the World Behind. That's a good movie. Lenovo, DTK already said it.
Yeah,
Lenovo Legion.
he helped the brother out. I typed it in off of him. I forgot, I couldn't remember what it's called. But yeah, this is what I have right here. That's what I would have. What's up, DJ Fanatic? Welcome to the show.
What up? How much is that thing?
How much is it?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but that's what I would have if they show me a trailer of the Switch 2 and talking about some 2025. I have this right here, and I'll be a PC player with Steam and all that, and be like, hey, I waited for you. I moved on. But
He'll be back.
so
he'll be back. You see that Zelda trailer? He gotta get it.
You doggone right. I would, but I'd be so hot. But no, okay. So the next question I guess I got is, since we kind of you saying, let me get this clear. Are you saying that you believe it's going to be closer to the holiday, or do you believe it's going to be closer to the top of the year? Getting it, or you think it's just going to be shown top of the year, released holiday season?
I would like for them to repeat the what they did and release it in March, like they did the last time in 2017. And the reason being, one, we understand that that's their fiscal year, the beginning of their fiscal year, and they have enough time to tell us whatever they need to tell us. I do feel like it's a quick turnaround. What is that? That's 3 months in for us over here, but I do think that's enough time to get people like ready. And these people are always ready to buy new tech. You know what I mean? Even though if they don't say anything from what's today, the 14th, if they don't say anything from the 14th to the 31st, January 34, 31 day, yeah. If they don't say anything and they wait until January, I think that's fine. I feel like the sooner the better. I agree with you. Get it out the way so we can focus on the games. I don't know what games they have coming out because they haven't talked about it, and that's another problem. You won't really know what game they got coming out because they're keeping everything under wraps. So there's no reason to get hype other than the games that they've already told us about. Right. And it's possible that some of those games may not even make it at the top of the year.
Yeah, we got what? We got Princess Peach. Then we got two different Peach games.
It's Princess Peach Showtime, which y'all hated on, but I think it was pretty cool. You got
who was y'all? Wait a minute. Who was y'all? Who was the y'all who hated?
Everybody who's saying we don't care about them games. Wink, wink. Y'all hating.
I ain't excited for it. I may get it. I may not. I don't know. Go ahead. My bad.
But Mario versus Donkey Kong, Luigi's Mansion 2, Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, the remake. A lot of these games are.
Nobody care about these games.
Remakes. The remakes.
None you name made me feel like, oh my God, I'm excited. None of that. I don't care about that stuff. So anyway, okay. So let's pivot. Now you named a few games that Nia, and I kind of tend to lean towards what Nia's saying. None of those games excite me, right? But so what do we hope to see? We know that Metroid Prime 4 is in somewhere. It's out there. It's there. We don't know when, but it's there, right? We can talk about that one, but we also have this rumor that a remake of Ocarina of Time may be coming, a remake and a reimagining of it, I guess. Not like what they did on the 3DS, but an actual total rebuild. But it's Ocarina of Time because you know that Tears of the Kingdom borrowed a lot of elements from Ocarina of Time. So what games do we want to see? We could do first party first and then third party. What do we want to see? What do they need to bring next year?
They got to bring first party.
Right,
they gotta show us what the killer games they've been working on.
What we have? Look at this, Keith. Smash Bros is 7 years old. Yeah. Wait a minute. Is it Smash from the? Isn't it the same Smash, or was it a new Smash from the Wii U? Or is it the same Smash from the Wii U, just Ultra? Which one was it?
No. That was Smash Brothers Ultimate is what we got on the Switch. Smash Brothers Ultimate brought back, I believe, every character in every stage, I think.
Right. So we got a 7-year-old Smash, or at least 6 years old. Mario Kart 8 and Deluxe is almost, 10?
Yeah, that was 2014?
2014, 2013, somewhere. So we haven't seen a new Mario Kart in almost a decade or more. We haven't seen a new Smash Bros. In over half a decade. Splatoon 3 kind of was a letdown, I believe. I think we played it 3 times. I have not played Splatoon 3 since we couldn't get online the last time we played together. I have not done anything in that game. So now I won't say, as far as me, it was more of the same. So I feel like Splatoon needs a makeover, some new ideas, some reimagining, or some better graphics, something to revise it. What do we want to see? They just came out with Tears of the Kingdom, so we know we're not getting a full-fledged Zelda. Mario Odyssey came out the first year of the Switch, so that's 7 years ago. Metroid Prime 4 is looming out there in the stratosphere somewhere. Donkey Kong, F-Zero, Star. What do we want to see? What do we want to see? Come on now. Okay.
The only game I really want to see is Metroid Prime 4. To be honest,
good ones in the comment section. Go ahead. Go ahead. Talk.
Metroid Prime 4 is really the only game I want to see, and the reason being is because what was it announced on the Wii U?
Yeah,
it was announced on the Wii U. So I think it's time for that game to, if it release day one with the new console, I think you will see a resurgence in that series, in that, people will probably go back and buy Metroid Dread. They'll probably beat it. That was a shot. Metroid Prime.
All right, Keith, we gonna beat too many more shots. You gonna hit me a few times. You keep on trying to hit me, man. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna beat Dread. So at some point, I'm gonna beat Dread.
I forgot how to play that game.
I know. That's why I ain't picked it back up. That's why I haven't went back. Because once you lose that muscle memory, it's lost for a while. That's like Mega Man. Once you lose it, you literally need to start over to even get back up to where you were. And I made it to the boss. I'm there. I probably wouldn't beat him. Don't be laughing, Rage of Banana. Don't y'all be laughing at your boy. Don't be laughing at me like that.
But no, it gotta be Metroid Prime 4. I think Zelda, Mario, I think it's time. They're in a very good position. Y'all have already said it in the comment section. They haven't given us a new Mario Kart. You just stated it. They haven't given us a new Smash Brothers, and we don't need a new one. This is the time for y'all to bring some old franchises back, because y'all got this new surge. People are looking at Nintendo again. They're looking at Nintendo's handheld, or they're looking at this hybrid system, and they want it. So now is a perfect opportunity to bring the Star Fox. You know what I'm saying? I think, what's that game that everybody, F-Zero, I think F-Zero's dead though. But now it's the time to bring that Star Fox, bring the Metroid, bring those games. and then maybe year 2 or 3 down you can bring your Zelda. Year 2, bring the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. You know what I mean, and kind of stagger it a little bit.
Metro Prime 4 now in development for Nintendo Switch. The Switch is out of here. Oh my God, this game has seen 2 generations and still haven't seen it. Remember when they went crazy for the font and everybody got mad at me? Everybody got upset with me because I said, y'all hyped for a font. This is what got y'all all hyped when they just zoomed it in. Metro Prime 4, the whole Nintendo world lost their mind, and we haven't seen not a smidget, not a morsel, not even a cut scene of this game. But I am ready to see it though, and I agree with you, Keith. We got to see Metro Prime 4 in 2024.
Dude, they're in a really good position. They have a golden opportunity to breathe life into some old franchises.
Yeah,
you know, and really lit them up. There's no, in all honesty, yeah, I want to see Mario Kart 9. There's no need to bring it just yet.
But here's the thing, though. Okay, we know we need to see Metro Prime 4 because it's been so long. And from what I've heard from many people that talk about it, they believe that it's done. It's just waiting for the right time to be released. You know, so I'm hoping that this is signs that, hey, it's done, but they may be upscaling it and getting it, you know, like kind of like Breath of the Wild. It was done.
Where you hear that from? Was it a YouTube doctor? Who said that game was done?
It was several people that I've heard said that they have heard that Metro Prime 4 is actually done. They're just waiting for it to the right time to launch it. And I'm hoping that that's just a sign. If the rumor is true, I don't know. But I would think it's been in development since the Wii U, bro. Like, it got squashed before the Switch came. And they took it back and gave it back to Retro Studios. So it should be done. Dr. Trey, it should be done, man. So, but this is my thing. Metro Prime 4, I believe, is going to be a showpiece title. It's going to really, if they put it on the Switch 2 or whatever the next thing is, hopefully they do it to where it can be a showpiece title. I don't know if it's a system mover.
But that's why I think they remastered Metroid Prime. A lot of times when I see them remastering these games, I think they're trying to get their feel for it again. You know, and get that itch. You know, when you look at something like somebody was saying something, they were talking crap about The Last of Us remaster. Like, they're trying to get a feel, and then they just canceled that other game. Naughty Dog is trying to get a feel again. They're, you know what I mean? They're trying to get their hands on it or whatever. So when I saw Metroid Prime remaster, I was like, ooh, they're getting serious. Because that game was gorgeous, and it was fun to play again.
Right.
So to me, I feel like it's coming. It's coming sooner or later.
It's coming. That's for sure. I was gonna say this. All right, so we talking about 2024. Now I'm reading some of these games. I'm looking in this comment section, and I want to see these games, but I don't know if I don't know if these are 2024 games. Like, okay, Star Fox. I want D2K. I'm with you. I want to see Star Fox get its proper current gen, next gen introduction. Not what Star Fox, Zero? Was that what it was called? Star Fox Zero? Mm-hmm. Not that, you know, it had dated visuals, even though it wasn't bad. If they would have gave it traditional controls, it still would have been a good game. But a proper Star Fox, which I don't believe that would come in 2024. I think that's 2025. What was another one down here? Trying to make sure I'm not overlooking. Nia says Star Fox Assault 2, which, again, I'm still saying them type of games going to come. 2025 Star Troopers into an Uncharted-like game. That'll be dope. Star Tropics. That'll be dope. I don't see that in this year. So what I see this year for me is you need those tried and true system moving titles. I think you may be able to replace the Zelda. Well, no, they're gonna have to have a Zelda. You need your Zelda itch. I think you can throw Metroid Prime in there, 4 in there, and you might need another Odyssey 2 continuation or whatever type game with obscure game that we don't know nothing about, like an ARMS and some good third party for that first year. You need your holiday seller, Mario. If the rumor mills is true, it may be a Mario game. Metro Prime 4 can be a lunch title, but I still think you need that remake of Ocarina of Time or something like that, Zelda, to help it have some legs at lunch with some key third-party titles sprinkled in here and there, and then maybe a Mario Kart for the holiday. Something like that. It got to be something like that so that this system can sail. Then come back 25 with the Star Fox, with the Donkey Kong Tropical Freezes and the F-Zeros and the Star Tropics and all those games. Smash somewhere. You don't bring Smash this next year. You bring Smash into 2025, going into 2026. Like I said, I think the Switch 2017 is the perfect model to follow again. What we had Zelda, Breath of the Wild. They showed us Mario Odyssey at the beginning, letting us know it was coming. They gave us ARMS. They gave us
Hold up.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Never mind.
They gave us what was some of the other titles sprinkled in between there?
1-2 Switch.
1-2 Switch. They gave us Doom that year. Remember, nobody was expecting to get a Doom on the Switch, and they did it that way. They got us some unexpected third party titles, some clear system moving first party titles, just a few, just enough. Them titles that everybody's gonna go out to buy. That's Zelda, Mario, that holy trinity: Zelda, Mario, and they say Metroid. I don't know if it's Metroid or not, but something like that. They got to come with it. Well, let me look at D2K saying. I think I'll come on both systems. It'll come on both systems. You're talking about Prime, but right now it's just makes sense to me to debut it on the new system. And what is that? This heart is covering up. And make the Switch secondary. I agree with that. It should do just like they did with Breath of the Wild. But go ahead, Keith. You got it.
I think I hear what y'all are saying, but I think the Switch name was such a powerful name. I think the Switch is going to move games. So here, the way I see it is, it's actually reverse. It's not, I need those killer games. Not saying I don't want killer games, but I'm saying like the games can still be top tier. They don't in my opinion, they don't necessarily have to be the Zelda. They don't necessarily have to be Mario Kart. It'll be great to see those because we need those. We will want them because it's been so long since we had a new Mario Kart. We had a new Smash Brothers and things of that nature. But I think the Switch name, it's strong enough now. If they don't mess it up and say this is the Switch U or something stupid like that, if they just say Switch 2, that's 50% right there. Now all I gotta do is give you titles that look far better than what you got on the original Switch. They're so much better that you won't even make the mistake of thinking they're the same. Now, this unit is going to sell games that we probably wouldn't have been able to sell. And we're going to sell. We already got the Switch audience. That may be arrogant to think like that, but we already got the Switch audience. They want another one. But we're also trying to get those other people still. We're still trying to get those other people. And kind of going into third party, you want to show them that, hey, we got day-and-day third-party games. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then right. after you've gotten them, oh yeah, guess what? Next year, because that monster coming in 2025. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Next year we're gonna bring some heavy hitters too, because you have to. You can't. You can't blow it all at the jump because that monster is still coming. Like you have to respect Grand Theft Auto 6. If you're not going to be able to get it on your console, you're going to have a bunch of heavy hitters
Now,
around it to keep your name, a household name or whatever. You have to. It has
now,
to.
speaking of Grand Theft Auto 6, it was said by Digital Foundry, and I had it up here. Let me see if I still got it up. That they don't believe that the Switch 2 will be powerful enough to run that Grand Theft Auto 6, which I mean, it's
That's perfectly
speculation.
fine.
Yeah, they
perfectly
thought the
fine.
same thing with the Switch, and look what we got. We got Red Dead Redemption. We got all this stuff. So, but yeah, this article right here, I was just looking at it. It says Rockstar Games has confirmed Grand Theft Auto 6 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X. And ex-Rockstar developer explained why the PC port wouldn't be available at the same time, and that's always the case. But question remains, what about Nintendo Switch 2? Digital Foundry answered in its digital special for Grand Theft Auto 6. Digital Foundry creator talked about the longer-awaited follow-up to the Grand Theft Auto 5 and the consoles it will run on. They touched upon topics such as how much more advanced PCs will be compared to the current PlayStation and Xbox generation, and if the Nintendo Switch successor would be able to handle Grand Theft Auto 6. So far, they are skeptical. And the reason they were is what they say, although the specs for the inevitable Switch 2 haven't been announced, Digital Foundry Richard Ledbetter claimed that the team has a pretty good idea of what to expect based on what they know about the T239 or T239 processor. He digs into the hardware in his article on Eurogamer and similar named video on YouTube. I love to say it would happen. This is him. I don't think it will. Realistically, Letterman said in the Grand Theft Auto 6 special, Switch 2 is going to be a lot better, a proper generational leap, and forward-looking in many ways, but the stuff they seem to be rolling out for Grand Theft Auto 6 is possibly beyond that. The Switch 2 isn't going to be powerful enough to run all that, what he believes is ray tracing. The ray tracing will be the issue. I just can't see it. His colleague Oliver McKenzie added. But anyway, that could be a shocker. When is that coming out? Ain't that coming out in 25?
25, yep.
All right, so, hey, we'll see that when we get there. But we know what is coming. You see that right there? You see that sneaking in the background under there? That we know Call of Duty coming. That Call of Duty coming.
Come on now.
You know what I'm just saying?
Go play the finals.
What my point is, whatever that new Call of Duty is should be on the Switch too. And so that's a third-party title that you can look forward to. Also, Ubisoft gonna have something that they can throw at it. If Nintendo,
I forgot about Ubisoft.
Yeah, they going through right now. But so there's gonna be some third party there because people want to be on board because of what the Switch did. Nintendo gonna have a lot of third party, abnormal, unexpected third party there. Will it be EA? Maybe not. Maybe we still get the 2K basketball from what is that? Who makes 2K? Shut that door, boo boo. You know what I'm doing.
2K.
Yeah, the 2K NBA 2K. Who makes that? Who was that?
2K.
Oh yeah, 2K. I'm tripping. Yeah, 2K. So
I'm like, I was
I thought
literally
it was
listening to
Rockstar or
like,
something like that. Ain't it Rockstar too?
Is that Take-Two?
Take-Two, yeah. So 2K, Take-Two. So they're gonna get all that if they can squeeze not Microsoft's, but if they can squeeze EA's hand and maybe alongside FIFA, get a Madden. You know what I'm saying? So we know first party, they can't come with too much first party in the first year. They need just 2 or 3 killers to sell the system, to give it the legs, to give it an appeal to the mainstream Nintendo fans and those who love Nintendo first party, and then let the third party find life where they can find it. Go ahead, my bad.
Well, I want to say something to that whole Ledbetter saying that he doesn't think the Switch and kind of going off the sentiments of D2K, I don't. To me, it doesn't matter if the Switch 2 can run it or not run it. I don't think it's going to be there for the type of game it is. Man, I watched that trailer and I even felt like, man, this is beautiful. But I was like, I don't even know if I want to play this. I can't even show my kids this trailer.
Yeah,
like I told my son, I was like, yeah, the new GTA trailer's out, and he be watching videos of like them playing the online version of GTA. I don't know what I'm trying to say. He'll watch something like that, but I kind of monitor that. And when I told him, he started looking at my phone. I was like, oh, I'm not watching it, and I'm not going to show you. And a part of me, I'm like, I don't even know if I want to play GTA 6. I'll probably get it though, but I don't know. There was a lot going on.
Yeah, it was.
and it was beautiful though, like graphically and the lighting. I was like, man, this looks like photorealistic in moments.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like I hated that I skipped out on 5 because I wasn't for sure, but I made just because I skipped out on 5, and it turned out to be, from what I understand, actually really good. I may give 6 a try, but I ain't gonna front. That trailer had a lot going on in it.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now.
That trailer had so much going on in it.
As a grown man, GTA 6 got some whole new motion capture going on in this game. That's
right.
That's all I'm gonna say. This ain't GTA 5.
No, right.
GTA 5 is for your grandpa.
But I believe what did Prime say? GTA will be on Switch 2. I believe it will too, because like I said, they already putting some of their games on the Switch. To me, I think the writing is pretty much the writing is there. People were not expecting the Switch to do what it did, so we're going to have a lot of third party that's going to be wanting to be out front and with the game, like Activision, Call of Duty, and I know this particular version, but you see them sneaking in the background like, we hear y'all. We gonna be. I believe it's gonna cause others, and what the Switch did is gonna cause others to want to be there at the front end, and so I believe we have some comfortable third party there. Don't know what those third party titles will be. You're probably gonna get a lot of games that were on other systems that may be a year or two old, 2-3 years old, that may get like a Demon Souls, like what's that game I bought that I haven't played on the PlayStation?
Ooh.
What is that game?
Man, A1 game of the year.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, yeah.
Like games like that will start showing up on whatever that Switch to. You get that Elden Ring port. You get them demons. So all them games, they'll find their way to whatever this new Switch system or Nintendo system is. Them games going to be there. Why? Because they already got their money on the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation and the Xbox. So they're going to, hey, we could get this easy money, see if the fans going to come out for it on this system. It's a more powerful system, and we may be able to just easily port that stuff over. So that's going to be there in droves with the Switch, whatever is coming. So they just need, in my opinion, just 2 or 3 killer first-party titles, one for the launch, one for the summer, something in the summer, and it ain't even got to be killer, just better than mid-tier, something that's a little better. And then you got your killer app for the holiday, your first-party killer app, and then let third-party carry you out, and then throw your 1-2 switches or whatever gimmick they're going to have their game for that.
Be prepared for Grand Theft Auto 6 2025. That's when you need to start releasing some big, heavy-hitting titles.
I'm with you.
That game is going to have the mind share. It's not a matter of, oh, you're going to be missing out. You need to make sure that your fans and your players aren't missing. You know what I mean? Like,
that's when you come with Mario Kart. That's when you come with a Smash. That's when you throw them. That's why I said 2025 is for that stuff. 2024 has to be. You can gamble a little bit. Well, you can't gamble. You got to put some, like, I feel like with the Switch. They didn't gamble with they gambled. They have no choice with the Switch launch, but they made sure to launch it with a guaranteed, and to end it with a guarantee. They knew they wasn't going to lose with neither Breath of the Wild or Odyssey. Mario Odyssey was going to sell. Breath of the Wild was going to sell. They need to follow that model. And then whatever you put in between there, the arms and the 1-2 switch and whatever else they put, they had a few other titles in there. Maybe you bump up Bayonetta 3 and give it the actual graphical presentation. It need an old level may go buy it on the new system if it's better running at 60 frame and better polish and upgraded. I may get it on that system. I was not buying it on Milky Way. Go ahead, Keith.
That game need textures too.
That's what I'm saying.
That's an ugly game.
So they can take that game and remake it and improve it with update it. And I made that could be something you could throw in June and July. Like go ahead.
Trilogy. You can do a whole trilogy.
Right.
A whole trilogy.
So
they definitely got stuff.
Yeah. So any other thoughts, in the comment section? I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. No more friend codes and separate apps. Okay, I agree with that. that was from Rage of Banana. Metro Prime 4 with Hunters style multiplayer. Wasn't the Hunters on the 2DS or the 3DS? The DS? Okay.
The 3DS.
Good online. That's a good one. They got to have online together, Keith.
It just needs to be fully functional from day one.
Yeah, and it got to have.
It has to be fully functional day one. No more that, we're going to roll this stuff out. No, fully functional day one. You have plenty of time to understand what the people need. And no separate app. I'm not using my phone.
Now somebody put up here Monolith Soft. Do you want to see something from them?
Who, me?
Yeah. You played. Would you play whatchamacallit? Xeno. What is it? Xeno something?
Xenoblade. I still ain't finished. I don't even know how to play that game no more.
Oh, wait a minute. I got one on Keith. Keith, you have forgot how to play a game? What is this? What, y'all? Slap yourself.
I don't know how to play that game no more. I don't know that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Monolith Soft games are huge. Let's call it spade a spade. They are huge for Nintendo fans. I saw those frowny faces or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. He did. I don't know. I don't know if that's something that you gonna like. I guess if you put Xenoblade Chronicles X, like had that coming, I wouldn't do it day one. I would have it coming out to like give people, it's coming for those fans to kind of give them that anticipation. That would be something, and up the resolution and all that other stuff. That would be kind of dope. Okay.
All right. Well, what was I finna say? Okay, I asked this, then we'll move on to Naughty Dog and that cancellation. What do you think the gimmick would be? Because Nintendo is going to have some type of gimmick. What do you think the catch is going to be? Is it just going to be a better Switch? A better, more powerful Switch with better Joy-Cons, but basically the same? Part of me feel like that's what they should do, but we know that's not what they're going to do. Can you say VR, AR? Okay. What do you think, Keith? What do you think the gimmick is going to be? What do you think the catch that they're going to link to this thing? What is it going? Is it going to be 2 screens?
I think you just said it. I think you just said it. Link. It has to be something that can take advantage of what you have already.
Explain. You got to explain that.
I don't know. I was thinking like, what can this console? Because like you think about it, y'all just looked at the Lenovo. Steam has the Steam Deck.
Let me look. Let me show the logo.
The ROG Ally. ROG Ally. All these consoles are pretty much, handhelds are already in the place that the Switch is trying to get back into as far as like technologically. You know what I mean? Like the power and all the other stuff. The Switch will be essentially catching up. Outside of the games, how is it going to be different? And the only thing I could think of is they would have to. It would have to be like able to integrate with other products that you already own. You know what I mean? Like it has to be able to. I don't know. It had to be doing something outside of gaming, but also taking advantage of gaming. Like remember that maybe D2K just said it that that thing that Microsoft had where they had the colors on the wall or whatever. I don't know. It to me, I don't think you could just do a straight switch and just update it because we already have that. We have several different types out there already.
What'd you say, DJ Fanatic? He said a knife and a fork built into the controllers. So, I mean,
it gotta do something. It gotta have some type of gimmick.
Does it?
Because like I said, it already had. Everybody else is doing what they do.
But does it? Okay, right. Everybody's doing what they do. But what they gimmick? They don't need a gimmick. They sell her. They sell. Okay, just think. Okay, think of the last two gimmicks. The Wii U was a handheld that served as a second screen. Is basically the DS for the home console. Basically, that's what it was. Right? Didn't really work. They never really used it. Joy-Cons with Rumble with HD Rumble and motion controls, which did it get used much out in, I mean, yeah, you had gyro for Splatoon and different, but did that stuff really get used much? Or what sold it out that's always selling Nintendo? First party. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just give us what you gave us and give us in the way that we want it now, which is better graphics, more stability, better frame rates. Let it take advantage of some of the newer innovations in gaming, ray tracing if they're using the deep learning, super sampling and all that stuff, to where it can possibly take advantage of some ray tracing. That's really all they need to do. I gotta push back. I don't want them to do nothing too crazy, man. I really
think they don't have to do anything too crazy, but think like Apple would think about it. How would Apple approach this? Right? Apple, I don't know much about iPhones, but although they take things from Android and call it new, but they seem to integrate things better, and they say, oh, now you can use the new Apple glasses or something. I'm just making stuff up. You can use the new Apple glasses, and now you have this, that, and the third. I don't think they could just come out with a vanilla.
I'm gonna pause this real quick. I'm gonna pause this on Lenovo because I think that gimmick is dope. Don't lose your thought. This changing this control, these their version of the Joy-Cons go into a mouse controller. That was dope with the Lenovo, the little accessory that you stick the controller in, and it turns into a mouse. You haven't seen that?
No, I haven't.
All right,
but that's what I'm talking about. It has to be something that's unique to it. It cannot just be a vanilla, more powerful version of the Switch. I don't think that's gonna cut it, and I don't think that's Nintendo's way.
You're right. The second part of what you said is actually, I feel like it will cut it, but it's not Nintendo way.
For you.
I believe for everybody. I really don't think everybody goes in looking for Nintendo's gimmick. They accept the gimmick. They just want the first party. I'm
not saying they got to change the way you play the game. I'm saying there has to be something to it. Because if they don't, I'm just going to get a Lenovo.
What I'm saying, but Keith, that's what they do. They got to change the way you play something. And I don't knock it. But sometimes it don't work. So you give us a Wii U trying to change the way we play, and you make a game unplayable. Star Fox Zero. You can't play the game. You tried to force this stuff onto a game that didn't ask for it to be forced upon. Just make a better looking version of what we like. Like some games, yeah. Some games, no. nobody really played 1-2 switch. Nobody really cared about the HD Rumble. Now, if they could do something like what Sony did with haptic feedback to that level, and they give you a game like what was the Astrobot, where it's Mario. Basically Mario. They didn't have to create. They create that game. It's basically Mario that utilizes the haptic feedback, and it works, and it doesn't really break away from traditional tried and true gaming. It just adds a new element to it that it submerges you in the game more. Nintendo really won't let you want to break the way you play and force you to learn another way to play it. It's like, bro, I don't have to. Don't break me every time. We don't need to break. I don't know, man. I don't know, Keith. I'm with you though. I don't know. I don't want to do nothing stupid. Then we sitting here scratching our head like, man, you making me feel like this is for kids or something stupid like that. The Switch gimmick worked. It switches. Take it on the go. It didn't make me feel like a kid. It didn't make me feel like an adolescent. It worked, and adults felt like, oh, that's for me. I like that. I like to play at work. So the gimmick was what the word functional. It was a what's the word? Yeah, a functional gimmick. It was something that I could see myself taking advantage of. I want to go and I want to go to work. I want to continue to play. I can take this out the dock, put it in my bag. I'm out. I can play at lunch. That's practical. It makes sense. It works. And that's what I'm scared. Nintendo, okay, the Wii, it worked. But then for every Wii, there's a Wii U. You know what I'm saying?
When you had a problem, we got too many ideas,
right.
And we don't know how to use none of them.
So, let me. He said, I agree with D2K says, I agree with Keith. I think in order to get people that are satisfied with their current Switch, they don't care about graphics and power. You need something the current Switch doesn't do to make them fork out more money for a new console. Well, it doesn't do great graphics. It doesn't do steady frame rates. I'm with y'all. I just know Nintendo has the potential of, like you just said, Keith, overdoing it. And they good they good for that, man. Go ahead.
There gotta be some technology that we're not thinking about. I don't think they gotta change. Please, y'all, I'm not saying change the way we play the game. I don't want to be pointing at the screen. I promise you, I don't want to point at the screen. I don't want a big old plastic Wii U controller. I promise you, I don't want any of that. But I do think that the reason we haven't saw anything because look at the competition. I'm pretty sure Nintendo didn't think everybody was going to start coming out with their own versions of the Switch.
What do you think everybody did with the Wii? Everybody started coming out with motion controlled. Nintendo with their gimmicks. It's the only thing that didn't work was the Wii. Well, one of the things that didn't work was the Wii U. Nobody tried to mimic.
No, but what I'm saying is Lenovo. Who saw that coming? Steam actually trying something and it actually working. Who saw that coming?
Right, I'm with you.
Asus. Who saw that coming? The Switch was so impressive. They brought people that wasn't even doing gaming into gaming. Right. It was simple. It was simple when it was Sony and Microsoft. Oh, I know them. They not gonna really be like this. They not finna do no real motion control. They gonna give up, and we can keep doing this. Lenovo, who saw that coming?
But that's the problem, though, Keith. Lenovo is doing what Nintendo. That's why it's like Nintendo got to make some moves, because if they don't, I mean, what they always going to have is their first party. That's what Lenovo doesn't have. That's what the Steam Deck doesn't have. They don't have Nintendo first party. So they always have the ace. They always have the big joker, so to speak. But like you said, this system takes Nintendo's idea, and then they add something practical, something functional, something that a person can really see themselves using. Like, hey, I want to play like keyboard and mouse. They make it to where you can do a mouse if you want to. And then they probably going to improve it, or a third party may come in and actually give a better Joy-Con that does the mouse functions better. So that's practical. Nintendo, I just don't trust them there. They're going to do something awkward and odd let's just be real, man. They do, okay, Miiverse. Miiverse was dope. But what did they do? They insulated it and in many ways limited it and tried to control it and made you have to learn but as dope as it was still done in the Nintendo way that are the speaker box. That's type of stuff. Like, I don't want them to return to some of these lanes that made them be seen as not for me. And they got the potential of doing that. They got the potential of doing something that make people say, that's not for me. And that's my fear. So I was like, I don't want them to go too far with the need to do something that's different for the different sake. Nintendo does that. Innovate on what you have. Figure out something to add to it, like D2K said, and like you said before him, that draws some distinctions between the two devices. But don't drift too far away from what you already have done. Like this Lenovo is doing something that differs it from what the Switch does. It does everything the Switch does, but one thing the Switch doesn't. You can make a mouse out of your controller. That's dope. It's not breaking the wheel. It's not doing anything drastically different, but it is different enough. Let me read. Nia said, also remember a lot of that stuff was Miyamoto. I was going to make that point. And Iwata ideas. One of whom isn't with us anymore. The other who stepped down. True. That is true. I was going to mention that. I was going to bring up Miyamoto, not Iwata. I was going to mention some of this stuff was Miyamoto and his need to be different. But like I said, but go ahead. Anything else you got to say?
What about the supplemental computing box or a docking station that increases the abilities
you talking about
of those games?
D2K's vision.
It gotta be something, man.
And do it though.
If they don't, Lenovo gonna eat their lunch. Yes, they have the Ace. Yes, but that Lenovo thing is doing so much more than what a traditional Nintendo console would do. It got to be something. Like it got to be something that says, "Hey, you got to play this."
Because we're looking at it right now. We're looking at the Lenovo right now.
Yeah.
What is it doing? What is it doing? Like, name
it's
some.
It's a computer.
Okay. Well, yeah, of course that.
it can play games. You can play to the kingdom higher than you could on the Switch right now.
You're right. Huh. I hear what you're saying. I got you. It can play Nintendo games better than Nintendo games. Man, but that's my thing. Okay, but who want to fork out the money that is going to require to get that? Like, this system probably costs about $1,000, $700-800, somewhere up there. I'm pretty sure. So Nintendo still has, if they can give you a system that's equivalent to what's possible there for the price point that we are accustomed to, or a little bit more, maybe $399, $100 under what the big boys are going for. I don't think they need to do anything much beyond that. I really don't. I feel like Nintendo has everything they need. All they need to do is improve what they got. Kind of like the Super NES from the NES. The Super NES, they just added a few more buttons on the controller. That was the change. Here's some more buttons. It need to be something practical like that. the Lenovo got a few more buttons on the undercut. Maybe make the Joy-Cons bigger, more and better D-pad.
Absolutely.
Or
yes.
Right, something like
1000%.
that. Put some actual haptic triggers in there. Some to me, that's enough of a change to make it be like, oh, I got to get the new Switch. Don't give me some unnecessary gimmick for gimmick's sake. I don't want that. Give me something I'm going to want to use. PlayStation 5, I hate to say this, y'all, but let's be real. They gimmick with something that you want to use. You want to use haptic feedback. It feels good when you pull in the trigger and it resists you when you pull it off. It shows you that that you know when you shoot it, and I don't know if it locks up or whatever. It gives you all those feelings when the barrel is hot and jamming and all that stuff. That to me, it's not a gimmick. It's functional. It's practical. It makes sense, and that's what they showed us with the high definition graphics and the SSD and no load time. That can be a gimmick too. You don't have to do something physical or control wise. You could do something like the load times for the PlayStation 5 was their selling point. And the haptic feedback. All that stuff affects the game in a way that's practical, that makes sense, that doesn't break anything, gives you a new way to immerse yourself into the game. It made sense. I don't want to say okay. Man, this topic is going better than I thought. It says, if they just give us a vanilla Switch 2, it will sell good. But it won't dominate like the predecessor because hybrid gaming is not blue ocean anymore. It's red ocean. It's covering up your last word.
Regular boxes.
Regular boxes now blue. Regular boxes now blue ocean. What do you mean by regular boxes? Like PlayStation and Xbox, D2K? Just trying to make sure. So you basically saying Nintendo has tipped the scales to where they made hybrid system the new norm, and the other two are the outsiders. I'm trying to make sure. Oh yes, okay, all right.
I see why. Just I see why they have to take their time and not just quickly rush out of here because look at the market. They've changed the market.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have.
They have changed the market. They can't just say, "Hey, we're back." No.
So okay, what they got to do? Okay, so okay.
I don't know.
That's my point. What can they do that is not going to change it in a way that makes no sense? That's the only thing.
The only thing they could do is just
VR.
be completely more powerful than their competition, and that's expensive.
No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. I can see them. This is what I can see them doing. What D2K said earlier. They could do either some form of a headset that you can put the Switch in and it become VR. Like stuff like that you can choose to play it that way if you want to. You don't have to, but it's there. Like a whole accessory that's boxed in with the whatever new system is to play virtual out the box. You don't have to wait for a new piece of hardware to do that. With this system is made out the box. It is quality. Something like that, yeah. I can see something like that. But all you got to do is improve the Joy-Cons, make them more comfortable in the hands. Maybe add better, like I said, better triggers, better feedback, better all that stuff. But that still wouldn't be considered gimmick because you're just improving and actually meeting where the industry is. These digital triggers are not what it do anymore. I'm ready for them to go back or figure out how to make digital triggers feel better than analog or something like that. But anyway, let me see. Nintendo has filed a lot of patent for virtual cameras. Fanatics said a full rubber bodysuit, one size fit all.
Here you go.
Go ahead.
You can now set your Switch 2 on the table and now your table becomes your screen. Or set your Switch 2 and it will project onto your wall. Now your wall is your screen. No more TV. But isn't that the Switch? Shut up.
This is what I first
No,
saw.
no more TV.
This is what I first saw this Lenovo system with this. What is his name? Beat 'em up. He was playing it. So I don't know. I don't know what they could do. I'm trying to think. I had an idea before you said what you said, and it kind of faded. But like I said, something virtual. Maybe a dual screen in some capacity. Maybe make it to where you can, like the Switch, like the Wii U. Once you dock it, it's still, you can figure out some way to be able to cast it to the TV and still have a second screen in your hand. Something like that. Like, you don't have to dock it. You just cast it, Chromecast it, and it becomes a second screen. And the other, I don't know. I don't know, Keith. I don't know. Then Nia said the Switch 2 needs to make me a pizza. So,
No port.
any other thoughts on this? D2K said Nintendo likes to take failed ideas from others and make them work. That is true. That is true. He said Microsoft Alumaroom.
Yeah.
I don't remember Alumaroom though.
That's what that basically the imagine playing Halo and it extends off of your TV and the
This
game
thing
is being
looks
playing
good,
on your
man.
TV and you still able to see like the corners and stuff because it extended off.
This device looks amazing.
You want one, don't you? I knew it. See?
I just want something new, man. I think I just want something
See?
new. This device looks amazing.
This is what
though.
Nintendo's up against.
I know. I've been watching it for the last few days, and I watched this one earlier. It does look good, man. It really does.
And it's $700.
It's $700. Like, okay, and it basically is the Switch. It's a better Switch. That's what it is. It's a better Switch, and I'm here for all of it. This is all Nintendo would have had to do if this wouldn't have came out. This would have been it, but they let this come out. So anyway, I don't know what they can do. I really don't. But I'm hoping that they follow the pattern that they follow with the Switch and release earlier in the year. That's what I was going to look for. That's another third party game that's coming to the Switch too, I believe. Is that new Monster Hunter would definitely be there. That idea with the whole mouse was dope, man. That was a dope, practical, functional, reasonable, just makes sense, and it works. That's dope. That's really dope. That's dope. Like, just watching them do it again is dope. It really is. Anything else with this, Keith, then we can move on.
No.
Okay, so
else.
the last thing is Naughty Dog. Let me pull it up. Naughty Dog canceled. Let me see. Not Naughty Dog. I don't want to put
Naughty
up
Dog
nothing crazy.
canceled factions.
So let's pull this up. But they canceled. Go ahead, take over, man. I'm trying to type all this stuff.
Okay. December 14th is a day that a lot of PlayStation fans were crying because the great Naughty Dog canceled. Come man. The great Naughty Dog canceled Factions, a Naughty Dog game based
Okay,
in
I
the
have
world
it
of The
up.
Last of Us.
So it says
And-
Naughty Dog ceases development of The Last of Us Online. Naughty Dog has announced it has ceased production of The Last of Us Online. It is long in development. It's long in development multiplayer title set within its popular post-apocalyptic universe. Anyway, I read that kind of bad. In a blog post, Naughty Dog explained it made the what they say, incredibly difficult decision to cancel the project after it apparently became so big that the studio realized it would need to devote precious resources to support it post-launch for years to come.
Duh.
Wow, that is crazy. When faced with the reality of having to become a studio solely dedicated to supporting a live service game or to continue making single-player experiences, it chose the latter. So this kind of goes to a conversation that we're going to probably have to have when K-Bum comes back, because we watched the video, all of us watched the video of Arlo kind of talking about this very thing. And this was kind of announced after that video posted, that what is this called? What is this model of game called again?
Live service.
Live service games are overly saturated in gaming right now, and studios are actually going broke trying to strike oil in that genre. And we kind of see what they just said. It was going to cost too much money to support this game long term. So they scrapped it to stay with their current single player model. So real quick, we get your thoughts on it, Mr. Norris, and we'll definitely pick this up next week when K-Bone come back. Go ahead.
Naughty Dog is an action adventure single player studio. Why did they think that this was a good idea? And I'm so glad that they decided against this. This is kind of what I was saying about what's that folks who did Batman, Rocksteady. I was like, man, why are they doing this? And I'm so glad Naughty Dog made the decision to say, no, let's focus on our strengths. This is going to take way much more out of us, and we won't be able to create the other titles that we want to create. You know, people are expecting Naughty Dog to give them a new IP outside of Last of Us and Uncharted. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I'm thinking like, man, that would be good though if they had time to make a Western or something like that. I would love to play a Naughty Dog Western, you know. But they made they made a smart decision. This is a wise decision for their studio, for the type of games that they make, to cancel this game. And but the sad part about it is, the Last of Us fans, all they really wanted was a multiplayer. That's all they've been asking for since the game came out.
Yeah.
It was just a multiplayer. Nobody asked you to go above and beyond. Nobody's looking for you for that. There's plenty of live service games. We don't need you to do that. So now they're not even going to get that. And I'm curious to see what comes or what happened to what they were working on. Like, how far into development were they really before they said no? You know what I mean? Like, what did it look like? Now they had everything up and running. That's crazy to devote all that time.
I'm curious how much money they spent on what they have done so far to scrap it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they spent a lot.
Like I said, we won't be able to die, because I know K-Bun will feel like, bruh, that's a conversation he would want to be a part of. So I'm going to save it. But I'm going to touch on a little bit. That's why I asked y'all to watch the video that I sent y'all from Arlo. I thought I didn't agree with everything he said. I didn't agree with a good portion of what he said. I thought it was a little overreacting, a little overly pessimistic. But he made some relevant points. And to see this article come out today kind of gives his points fodder, gives fodder or wood to his fire. The fact that, like you said, Keith, all we wanted was a better online Last of Us like the original. I remember I used to play that with my boy King Cooper. That's what he called himself. We played a few times, and that was his go-to online game, and I played with him a lot on that game on the PlayStation. Was that 3 at that time? Yeah, I think either 3 or 4. I think it was 3. With the original Last of Us. And it was good. It was fun. It was simple. 4-player, 4 versus 4. And I played it a lot of level head down, but I played it and enjoyed it. Started getting decent at it. Never was as good as he was, but I started getting decent with it, and that's kind of what made me pick up the Division and jump over there. Was playing The Last of Us online with him made me desire to give the division a try. First of all, it was third person, so I could see my character. I like that aspect, and I was like, well, because I like that about The Last of Us, seeing my character rather than first person like Call of Duty and stuff like that. So, like you said, why didn't they just take that and make it better and improve it like we were saying with Nintendo? No, they want to go a country mile with all this stuff they want to ask for, only to find out, man, we're not going to be able to support this game. We're going to go broke trying to keep this game up, to scrap it, and now the fans get nothing, and they spent money and wasted money on something that nobody asked for, trying to follow a trend, trying to jump in on a bandwagon that is overloaded right now with all these live service titles that are trying to be like Fortnite and all these other games. Fortnite is not going anywhere. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm glad they did see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm glad they got out before they derailed themselves to a point of really crippling their own studio. I'm glad they didn't put this out, and it possibly would have folded or failed. What's the other game that they saying is pretty much is dead on arrival? This Rockstar.
Rockstar.
No, not Rockstar, but the
Rocksteady.
Is it Rocksteady with the what is that?
It's late. That's why he can't remember. It's late.
Yeah. The comic, man. DC.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. That title.
It's dead for me.
Yeah, it's dead for a lot of people because before I watched it in this video, I forgot all about that game. And they showed that game at the Video Game Awards, and I still forgot about it. So that's my point. Like, yeah, we got to talk about this when K-Bum come back. Any other thoughts? We gonna table that because that can be a whole nother conversation. And I am tired. It took me that much to get DC out. Any other thoughts on this? I see D2K saying some stuff in there, and first name Fanatic saying some stuff as well.
No, I think we're good on that. I think that's K-Bum was gonna bring some Sony flavor to that.
Yeah, he definitely want to talk about this. I'm curious what he's going to say about this being canceled. But anyway, that was the show for tonight. I thank everybody for tuning in and keeping us company. I thank everybody for the activity. D2K, Miss Video Game, her Nia. We also had First Name Basis up in this piece. Rage and Banana, all of you guys that chimed in and kept us company. And there's a lot more here that did not say anything. We thank y'all for tuning in. We got up to almost 15, 16 listeners live. That was really, really good. But I hope y'all enjoyed this cast. What's next for Nintendo in 2024? Make sure you like, subscribe, share this on X or Twitter. Make sure we get these views up. I feel like we steady climbing, so just keeping us company. But any final words, Keith?
Yeah, man, good show. Man, I hope Nintendo come with it. You know what I mean? I hate to be in their offices right now because they got some hard decisions to make after they have literally changed the market. Smart decision on Naughty Dog. Seeing that ain't their lane. Stay in your own lane. You know what? That's the message, guys. Stay in your lane. No, I'm just playing. But no, it was a good show.
Right.
It was a good show tonight, man. I can't wait to get back up with y'all.
All right, so we should be back next week, the Thursday prior to Christmas. Hopefully K-Bum, Mr. Norris, and all of us be here for that but it won't be the last show before the new year. But we should be back next week. Hopefully I won't be out of town. Depends on what Miss Level say. If she say we got to go, then I won't see y'all for sure. But anyway, we'll see. So be back here. Hopefully next week, same place, same time, 8:30 on your dot, right here on the Live and Level Gamers podcast, YouTube. Share it with your friends. Let them know we getting this thing popping every week. Thank everybody for tuning in. Be safe and always know.
But we got Smash Bros though.
Peace.
But we got Smash. But we got Smash. But we got Smash Bros though.